before the accident. I was a normal 26-year-old. All of that changed after being run over. Forgiveness is really important, and I don't think it's helpful to, hold on to hate. It was 9 a.m, it was a sunny day, cycling to work, and I was coming up to a junction and a left-turning lorry knocked me over.
On the 8th of December 2014, Vicky Lebrec's life changed forever when her pelvis and left leg were crushed by an HGV.
Vicky? I know it is, and this is going to take all the pain away, okay? I know. So we're going to take that pain away for you, okay? We're going to look after you, don't worry.
Vicky was bleeding to death. Paramedics decided to perform a risky procedure at the roadside in a desperate attempt to save her life.
They put a balloon up your aorta, which is the main blood vessel in your body, to stop the bleeding. So it stops the bleeding to the lower half of your body to keep the rest of you alive. I was the second person which they managed to do it successfully out of hospital for, and ultimately it saved my life.
In hospital, Vicky had 13 surgeries and doctors had no option but to amputate her left leg.
Recovering from an accident like this, it takes a really long time. So after I left the rehabilitation hospital, I had to go back to live with my mum. It's just been quite a long and difficult process to get my life back together. Going from someone that's really active and is able to do everything and is completely independent and not reliant on anyone is very difficult and really life-changing. It's hard to describe what that's like, and I think until it's happened to you, it's difficult to understand.
A year after the accident, the case came to court. Vicky met the lorry driver for the very first time and made her amazing decision to forgive him.
When I met him, I didn't actually realise who he was exactly, but he kind of came up to me and apologised for what had happened, and then we had a really long hug, which was really nice. Ooh. Sorry. Ultimately, people make mistakes, and sometimes these mistakes don't have any consequences, and sometimes these mistakes have really awful, life-changing consequences. He had made this mistake which had these terrible consequences and was just clearly so sorry for what he'd done.
Vicky now meets other young trauma victims to help them during their recovery and campaigns for cycle safety. In 2014, over 21,000 cyclists were injured in accidents on Britain's roads. Of those, 113 people were killed. Vicky is determined that things should change.
It's a massive shame that cyclists keep having these really terrible accidents. Cycling is something that's really, really good for you, and a lot of these deaths are preventable. So anything that they can do in terms of segregating cycle routes and making the junctions safer, the longer they leave it, the more deaths and really serious accidents are going to happen.
Vicky continues to rebuild her own life step by step.
There's lots of little things that are still difficult. I think I take things a lot less for granted now, so going from someone to being unable to move or get out of bed and then being able to start doing those things again, go back to work, I just feel really lucky that I'm able to do those things, and I feel grateful that I'm still alive. All the little things that can get you down or stress you out, it just makes you realise that they're not really important, and the important things are your health and your family and the people that you love.